Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the house. Rene here with my wife, Laurie. Hey, hon. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Can you believe that it's the first week of November already? It's
Boy,
incredible.
it's amazing. The
And
older I get, the faster it all
faster
goes.
it all goes. And what I'm so excited about is the stuff that's ahead for the church and for our family.
Yeah.
This month, we have a granddaughter due.
Yeah.
And the next month, we have another granddaughter due.
Yeah.
So it's really
Thanksgiving
thrilling.
and Christmas.
I know.
What better gifts?
Literally, they're due Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
So appreciate your prayer. Well, I wanted to have Laurie on because, you know, as you might imagine, it's actually true that we talk about the Bible and church stuff all the time.
All the time.
I think
We talk about you people. No, I'm just kidding.
I think 100% of what we talk about is the Bible or the Warriors.
That's true. Yeah, the Giants
100%
when they were in it.
When they
but,
were in
yeah.
it. But I wanted to talk to you on this, Devo, about what you're getting out of this Faith Forward series as we study Hebrews 11 and all these interesting characters in Hebrews 11. What jumps out at you?
Well, honestly, it's an interesting list that this writer has come up with. It's maybe not the list I would have come up with.
That is a good point.
You know, if I were going, who were the heroes of the faith?
Right, right.
Some of those people I don't know that I would have included, and there's probably some others I would have. So it's interesting as I've sort of thought about why these people, why has he listed them?
Yeah.
And one of the things that just has kind of through the back door been encouraging to me is the fact that these were such flawed individuals.
Right.
Their faith was not some model of perfection.
Not at all.
It kind of waxed and waned, and but
Yeah, I think of Isaac, who barely shows any faith, really.
Yeah.
David, who's just up and down and up and down, and so many of these other characters.
Jephthah,
too.
Samson.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Who you're like, okay, I think there's a moment in there where he's, you know, and so.
So how is that encouraging to you?
Well, because at the age that I'm at, 61, you can look back on your life and you realize, yeah, my life has not been a model of perfect faith. There's always those things when you take a moment to reflect where you go, wow, I let fear get a hold of me there.
Or temptation.
Acted on temptation. Yeah. I acted out of wanting to increase my own sense of esteem, not trusting that God's esteem of me was good enough. All of those moments that were faithless moments.
True.
And there's many of them. And yet, what I'm encouraged about in the book of Hebrews is where Jesus said that he was not ashamed to call all those characters his brothers. And that means he's not ashamed to call me his sister. And that's encouraging to me. That actually, rather than look at my life and go, well, it hasn't been perfect, so I don't know what God's going to do with me. I know that he has accepted me, that I'm beloved, that I'm passionately beloved by God. And that it actually encourages me to keep going, to go, today can be a different day than yesterday was.
Right.
I'm still learning life lessons, things that come up in my life where I sometimes think I should have learned this lesson by now. And yet God has to walk me through and teach me. And that's all okay. That's the reality of being human. And
that's what we see in all these characters.
That's what we see in these characters. Yeah. Exactly. So ultimately, it encourages me that these people were picked.
Yeah. And I hope that encourages you too.
Yes.
If you feel like, man, I look back on my past, I've messed up so many times, I've lost faith, I've had doubts, just like all these people in the Bible, in Hebrews 11.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that those things are okay or whatever. It just means you're human and God can still use you.
Absolutely.
If you have that mustard seed of faith.
Yeah.
Well, God bless you. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.